After hearing 9 weeks of testimony, a jury has begun deliberations in the corruption trial of Senator Robert Menendez and his friend and donor, Florida ophthalmologist Solomon Melgen. In closing arguments, prosecutors and defense lawyers drew starkly different portraits of the relationship between the two men. Here are some excerpts from Assistant U.S. Attorney J.P. Cooney. A separate story contains excerpts from the defense lawyers. They can no longer hide. Cooney: So, let me recommend to you a question you might ask yourself throughout your deliberations. What was it that Senator Menendez was so determined to hide? You know the answer to that question from the 9 weeks you'd have spent in this courtroom. Senator Menendez was determined to hide his bribery with Dr. Melgen. He was determined to hide the fact that he had been bought by Dr. Melgen to serve as Dr. Melgen's own personal United States Senator. He wanted to hide scores of gifts, many more flights on Dr. Melgen's private jet, Caribbean vacations, a $8,000 chartered flight, first-class airfare, a single-night car service that cost as much as a first-class airplane ticket, a $4,900 room at a hotel in Paris. And even before Senator Menendez got caught in 2012, Senator Menendez had been lying to the United States Senate and to his constituents year after year when he repeatedly omitted the reportable gifts he had received from Dr. Melgen on his financial disclosure forms. Those gifts and Dr. Melgen's name are nowhere to be found on Senator Menendez's financial disclosure forms. The reportable gifts Senator Menendez accepted from Dr. Melgen were nowhere to be found by anyone interested in scrutinizing the relationship between Senator Menendez and Dr. Melgen. And that was exactly the point, because those gifts, they were bribes. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Menendez was determined to hide all the evidence you'd have seen in this case. He was determined to stop this day, a day that a jury in a court of law would get the chance to examine the evidence and decide the truth about. But the day is here. These two defendants can no longer hide behind their power or their wealth. They can no longer hide behind staff members or friendship. Starting right now, Senator Menendez and Dr. Melgen can no longer hide their bribery. The defense has tried really hard during this case to make everything seem more complicated than it really is. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's just like Mr. Koski told you during his opening statement. This is bribery, and this is what bribery looks like. So, let's go to one place where you can put your common sense straight to work. Throughout the trial, the defense has suggested that Dr. Melgen's gifts were motivated only by friendship. They want you to think that the analysis of this case begins and ends with whether these two defendants were friends. U.S. Senator Bob Menendez, second from right, sits around. U.S. Senator Bob Menendez, second from right, sits around a dinner table with Solomon Melgen, at head of table, Flor Melgen, third from right, and other family members and guests at Melgen's home in Casa de Campo, Dominican Republic. The photo is dated May 30, 2010. Photo, court exhibit. And if Senator Menendez, while enjoying his time with Dr. Melgen, knew that official action was expected of him in return for those gifts, Senator Menendez is also guilty of bribery. You see, under the law, friendship and bribery are not mutually exclusive. Friends can bribe each other. So, when you deliberate, if you start asking yourself whether Senator Menendez and Dr. Melgen are friends, you're asking yourself the wrong question. In your deliberations, it's not a choice between friendship and bribery. Senator Menendez and Dr. Melgen were friends who committed bribery together. A seasoned politician who accepts a bribe from a trusted friend is no less guilty of bribery than a novice politician who takes a bribe from a complete stranger. The Menendez files what the prosecutor said. The Menendez files what the defense lawyers said. The Menendez files what the senator said. Senator Menendez, just months removed from his first taste of the luxury that Dr. Melgen's wealth could afford, had his staff draft a letter of support. And just 2 months later, Senator Menendez was right back aboard Dr. Melgen's private jet. Now, a quick note on these flights in 2006 and 2007. The defense has suggested to you that these flights can't be bribes because Senator Menendez flew himself to West Palm Beach and then boarded Dr. Melgen's jet when it was headed to the Dominican Republic anyway. Now, here's a common sense moment, ladies and gentlemen. Arguing that those flights can't be bribes because Senator Menendez flew himself to West Palm Beach is like arguing that Springsteen front row tickets to a Springsteen concert can't be a bribe because the public official drove himself to the concert. You know that that's not right. You know that that doesn't make any sense. U.S. Senator Bob Menendez leaves after court is adjourned. U.S. Senator Bob Menendez leaves after court is adjourned in Newark on October 4th. Photo, Danielle Parhisgrin, NorthJersey.com, a better offer. Ladies and gentlemen, that expectation, that agreement could be no more clear than when Dr. Melgen fulfilled Senator Menendez's blatant request for a bribe. His request for a 3-night stay at the Park Hyatt in Paris. Let's talk about how you know that Paris trip was a bribe. The Park Hyatt is such an exclusive hotel that even the cheapest rate Senator Menendez could find cost $900 a night. And so when Senator Menendez didn't want to pay that rate, he turned to Dr. Melgen's rate. Here's the email that Senator Menendez sent to Dr. Melgen about the room he wanted. And what's the first thing you notice about it? Senator Menendez gets straight to the point. I would like to use points for 3 nights. Who opens an email like that to a friend? No hello, no expression of gratitude, no introduction. And who orders their friend around like this? You call American Express Rewards, and they will book it for you. It would need to be in my name. Senator Menendez wrote the email this way because this was a transaction. This email offers you a glimpse into the defendants' relationship and their expectations for each other. Senator Menendez didn't hesitate to ask Dr. Melgen for a $900 per night hotel room. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Menendez held himself out as putting New Jersey first. But the very same year he became a United States Senator, Dr. Melgen came calling with a better offer. Senator Menendez accepted it and he never looked back. He may have been elected to represent New Jersey, but Robert Menendez chose instead to represent wealthy doctor from Florida. He was Solomon Melgen's personal United States Senator. Hold these defendants accountable. Find them guilty.